So for Sprint 3, our meeting notes for the first Scrum meeting, we're mainly talking about how we were going to allocate priority and the different user stories to each member. This was an especially important sprint because we really had to worry about creating models, really getting a viable product for our product owner and our mentor to kind of help with guidance. So we needed to really solidify a product. As you can see, we went into talking about the pros and cons of VR version 5. So version 5 is the most up-to-date version of VR that we have on the senior project page. Apparently, this version did not include a lot of the animations, but at the time we didn't know. So it had a very clean display, it had really good resolution, and really easy controls. But on accounting with our mentor and our product owner, we realized it was missing most of the animations. It was missing a few lesson plans, and the interaction cards were really, really big and bulky, which took away from the overall experience. When we went ahead and looked at the AR side of things, we did the drone flights, and the drone flights went well for the most part. There are a lot of clear images with successful GPS coordinates linked to them, but the drone crashed towards the end, so we kind of missed out in some places for the model. Like they came out a bit blurry in the entrance and exit. So we spent a little bit of time allocating schedules to plan a second drone flight to kind of solidify those pictures. Moving on, we really looked at the second flight completed. We also came out with like a model, and we were able to display that to our product owner and mentor. We saw that Euphoria was no longer really a viable product for us anymore. We couldn't use this framework to continue, so we had to research other alternatives. And some of the alternatives that we later found out after continuously playing with Euphoria, seeing if it could work, was Mapbox. And Mapbox was, well, it appears to be a really, really good alternative. However, there's very little to no documentation for Mapbox. Back on the VR side, we wanted to see if we could get everybody on the team. So right now our team is separated into two team members, Ernesto and Carlo working on the AR and Julian and Sabina working on the VR. So we want to make sure that Ernesto and Carlo were up to date on how the VR was functioning, controls, and etc. We also made sure to talk to Ernesto and Carlo about how AR was working. And AR was currently going through a shift as to whether it should be mark or markerless. We also talked about GPS signal is weak indoors, and also like the altitude is inaccurate. So if you're on the third floor of a building, you might get inaccurate GPS coordinates. So we were also thinking of ways how we could approach this issue, and that was our sprint 3.